My perspective on the Epstein Files, it's not the same as everyone else. You're consuming brokenness. You're consuming lame ass behavior. So as a byproduct of that, you're a broken, lame ass individual. This is my team. I'm a Florida Gator. You're a Florida State Seminole. I don't rock with you. Tiger Johnson. Tiger, if you can hear me, you a sucker, boy. Bro, it don't make you cool to be a crash out, like so many of these young kids believe. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. For some of you, welcome for the first time. I don't know where you're at on this beautiful earth, but I appreciate you for taking some time to tune in to Wolf Eye Network. This is Guy Thoughts. What did I say? Guy Thoughts or Guy Talks?
You do either.
Okay, so let's go Guy Thoughts. As you can see, the name is not fully thought out yet, but it will be by the time I post this. A bit of a difference, as you can see, for those of you who tuned in to Cozy Couch Conversations. I'm not on the couch, but the Cozy Couch is still back there. With Guy Talks or Guy Thoughts, Guy Chats, I'm a guy with thoughts and I speak. The whole point of me starting to talk in front of the camera is really two reasons. One, because I like to chat, I got thoughts, I'm going to express it. But also, two, is because I really do want to push into the media space as much as I possibly can. I don't exactly know where I belong in the media space. So we're just really throwing paint at the wall, seeing what sticks and running with it. As always, big, huge, monstrous. I can't think of any other adjectives, but Christy, Kai, flowers last a lifetime. I wish you guys could see the setup that we actually have right now and just compare that from right now to a month ago when we finished Cozy Couch Conversations. It's actually insane. So again, like huge shout out to the two of them. I really appreciate them. Hit them up for all your production needs. That is flowers last a lifetime on social media. With this, what we're going to do typically from time to time, if you guys will indulge me, I'll take the current events of the past week or 2 weeks and just chat, right? My thoughts about them. I want to give a disclaimer. Please, guys, don't be upset with me for my thoughts. Don't hate me. If you do hate me, it is what it is. I much prefer if you love me because I love you. But I'm just speaking, right? Like objectively for the most part. I am not judging, even though sometimes when I express things, people have told me it comes across as if I'm being very judgy. I apologize for that. Okay. I'm just a very, outspoken person. I speak with a bit of force. It's just the energy that I carry. So I hope that something that I say can resonate with each of you in some way. Okay. So without further ado, let's get into it. I asked Kai and Christy where they think I should start because I have some stuff that I want to just chat about that I've been focused on the past couple of weeks. I guess I'll start where everyone's focus already is, the Epstein Files, right? My perspective on the Epstein Files, it's not the same as everyone else. I'm not as eager. I would say not even do I think I care as much what is inside of the Epstein Files as like 99% of other people. But I'll tell you why, right? Realistically, folks have believed in the corruption of politicians and the ultra rich and famous forever and ever, right? Because historically throughout time, the overly wealthy and powerful, influential folks typically do all the shady shit, right? It's like if you just take a look at anything through history, whether it was all the way back in the times of kings and queens, if you bring it to the present time of previous presidents or very famous celebrities, whether it's adultery, whether it's murder, whether it's trafficking, drug trafficking, right? Typically the people with resources perpetrate those things, right? Like it's not like the bum under the overpass, forgive me for calling you a bum, you probably fell on hard times, but it's not like that guy or gal is like the most evil person in the world. In a lot of cases, they're probably some of the most genuine souls in the world. And we kind of frown upon that because of their current life situation. So with me, the Epstein Files is more so like well, duh, what did you think? And maybe I'm 29 now. It's crazy to say out loud, by the way. But I've been what folks call a conspiracy theorist for like my whole life. Like I was on the YouTube rabbit holes back when I was like 11. You feel me? So for me, a lot of this stuff, I would say I kind of internalize some things almost as a belief, not even as a theory. Like a lot of the stuff that's coming out these days is stuff that I always based off of hours and hours of videos and even reading articles and researching things myself over the years. I've kind of believed that these things have been real. Like it was facts to me. I didn't need someone to tell me that. I did my own research, form my own opinions, right? But I understand that for most people, not to belittle anyone, it's hard for people to form their own opinion on things. Most of the time, people adopt the popular opinion or the opinions of someone that they really like for whatever reason they like that person. So, like in this case, whether real or fake, whether they implicate your most beloved celebrity that you idolize, or if they implicate the most hated politician that you know of, what the hell are we going to do with the information that's in the Epstein Files? Like me and you and I that wake up, go to work, make a check, try to build a fruitful life and maybe support our family or our friends. What are we going to do with every detailed nuance of what's in that paperwork? Let's be for real. Nothing. You're not going to do anything with it, bro. You're going to get on Twitter. You're going to get on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. And yeah, you're going to, oh my God, the world is so corrupt. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Yes. The world is corrupt. What's new? Nothing. Right. So I feel like this is like another form of like, and if you guys can hear the tapping in the background, that is Jackson. If you were around for Cozy Couch Conversations, you know who Jackson is. But like, guys, okay, let's bring it to a real point. This is a form of virtue signaling, right? You see something that you found outrageous. Okay, fair. We all think it to be outrageous, right? You tweet about it. Okay, fair. We have thoughts. That's what Twitter's for. That's what X is for. You post videos about it. That's what Instagram is for. Cool. Then you lock your phone, you put it down, and you go listen to the music of whoever that artist is that is probably somewhere in those files. You go out and advocate for or vote for the politician that is probably also in those files. You go and you consume products from companies with owners that are probably also in those files. So what's the point? Like, we can have all the information in the world, all the knowledge in the world. What are we going to do with it? Like, what are you going to do with the fact that the CEO of freaking McDonald's was caught playing with little boys on Epstein's Island? You're not going to do anything with it. You're going to go get your chicken nuggets right now. You're going to get a large fry. You're going to get your spicy Sprite, light ice, and you're going to sip it, right? You're going to go onto Facebook where, I don't know, maybe Mark Zuckerberg might be somewhere in those files. You're going to go on Facebook. You're going to post something. Your grandmother's going to like it. She's going to comment, and you're going to go on about your day. So like, this is another form of escapism. And I think this mass escapism that we're all attempting from reality, from the world today, like, honestly, man, I don't want to say this word on the platform like this because it can be perceived as very aggressive. Yo, as a whole, society pussy, yo. Hey, it's my platform. I can say what I want. All right. Maybe Kyle bleep it out. Maybe he won't. I don't know. But come on, bro. Like, I'll take it back to 2020. If anybody knows me, and I ain't trying to say too much because I don't know how the federal government feels about this type of thing. You know what I'm saying? But back in 2020, this was the one time in my living life, not reading about the civil rights movement, not reading about the revolutions that took place in the world, a time where we were alive and we lived. And 2020 is the closest time that we've gotten in my lifetime to radical change. Emphasis on radical. Because, as I mentioned, we know of the corruption, of the violence. We know of all this stuff that's going on, and we know who perpetrates it. But we can't do anything about it. At least that's how we feel. But in 2020, something happened across the world, not just in America, across the world, where people by the millions, tens of millions, really by the billions, decided that they had enough of the status quo. The status quo that was put in place for them, not by them. You notice mass riots all around the world. You noticed a lot of that energy come out through violence, right? And I guess what I'm getting at is this, right? You must be a monkey fool to think that the people with all the guns and all the money and all the influence and all the power are gonna suddenly change the inner workings of their world just because some files came out and there's a bunch of influencers that are talking about it negatively. Like, let's get a grip. If you actually want something to change in this world, you're gonna have to put them boots on the ground. You might get scruffed up. Like for instance, during the 2020 time frame, you know, I firsthand witnessed people getting body slammed by cops. I firsthand witnessed people getting pepper sprayed. Right? I saw a lot, and I would say as a citizen of America, if we believe the way the story of the revolution was told, you should be proud as an American. You should be proud that people are standing up for themselves, getting out into the streets, and actually demanding difference. Okay. So like again, Epstein, don't know you, wouldn't want to know you. I don't even care about your business. I don't care about the people involved in your business. Why? Because those people are not doing anything, nor have they ever done anything to improve my quality of life to a degree, of course. So I guess I would ask this question to everybody, right? If the Epstein files never existed and you never knew anything of Epstein, of Gasoline Maxwell, you never heard of any of these people ever, what would you do differently in your life to shape the way the world works? Whatever answer you have to that question, I want you to understand that you can still do that, whatever that is, even knowing that Jeffrey Epstein exists. Okay. So let's focus on the task at hand. Task being to improve our quality of life, to build our communities, to build a legacy of some sort, which I'm trying to do. Right. I mean, it's expensive, but I'm trying. Let's just focus on what really matters. I think this is just another form for us to escape from our daily schedules. Which I ain't mad at you for it, man. I'm or woman. I'm not mad at you. Again, this is just a guy with thoughts, and I'm just talking about my thoughts. Okay. So I guess this will go back into a very recent event. Just on the path of virtue signaling, idolization. Uh, the Grammys. Is everyone not like sick and tired of the overly well off getting up on a stage and reciting these pre-rehearsed speeches about things that they think are going to resonate with people, but also things that they don't even give a damn about, right? Like, is no one actually tired? Like, yo, Billie Eilish, yo, take your award, say thank you to whoever you may praise, and get the hell off the stage. I'm just being transparent. Like, oh my God, fuck ice. Peace out. I'm so cool. I'm so in touch with reality. Oh my God. Like, come on, guys. We got to get a grip. And the problem is, respectfully or disrespectfully, I actually don't care how you take this. Most people are NPCs. You are like a sim. Someone is controlling your brain. That someone is typically the flavor of the month. Your favorite artist, your favorite celebrity, your favorite influencer. Someone is controlling what you like, what you dislike, agree with, disagree with. Bro, we've got to get a grip. You feel me? Like, I respect the folks who get up into higher places, and I understand that your entire reality is different, right? You are one of the more wealthier people on the planet. I get it. You have more resources. I get it. You live a different daily life than 99% of the people do. I get it. But no one's forcing you to pretend like you relate to the people because you don't. And I would say, there's no what is the word I'm looking for? It's like a chemical. It's like in chemistry class, right? There has to be something with something to make a reaction. Okay. So in this instance, you have the virtue signaling celebrity, right? And then you have the sucker ass, simp ass consumer who eats up whatever their favorite person says. You're a culprit too. The same oligarchs that you cry and moan about that are making the world unbearable, unlivable for you, you are the same people that give them their platform. Do you not understand that? Like, don't people understand one of the the hottest commodity on the planet is data? It is consumption. Like, what you consume is what shapes the world. So like hypothetically, if we all woke up one day and we decided like, yo, I'm never eating at McDonald's again, what would happen? They'd go out of business. Hmm. Oh, McDonald's, they've been around for so long. It's $1 billion plus corporation. No way we could really actually affect something. Or, I mean, couldn't we? I mean, the only money they make is the money that you give them. So if you didn't give them your money, then they wouldn't make any money, right? Okay. And when it comes to politicians, if we vote, okay, like I like political theater. I do. Um, to be fair, I like social engineering. Um, I think it's a very interesting, ongoing, never-ending science experiment to see how people think, feel, and act. It's crazy, right? I could put anything in front of you right now, and I could tell you I could put a rock out the dirt in front of you right now. I could break it down, dress it up, and I could tell you that this is the most expensive gem and the world has just discovered it for the first time, and you'd believe it, and you'd pay top dollar for it because it's all perception, right? So if you perceive that you don't have power, if you perceive that these folks that people call the elites, I don't call them elite, right? But if these people that folks call the elite, if you perceive that they have this overarching power over your life and over you, then they do. It's that simple. These people don't do ish for me every day. I get up and I bust my ass because I mean, I don't really got no choice, but I do it for me, not because someone told me to do it, right? So the age of idolization, of course, there's always been celebrity. There's always been famous people throughout time, right? But more than often, or most often, those people were in those positions of spotlight because they were doing something that was so extraordinary. They were so talented. They were so gifted that no one else could match that aura, as the kids said. Now, because we're in the digital age, everyone is Picasso. Everyone's Shakespeare. Everyone's Michael Jackson, right? Everybody's Adam Sandler because now I don't have to wait for a production company or a production studio to make a full-length movie and release it. I don't have to wait for these large music production companies to produce Michael Jackson's sound. Everybody can do it. Everybody has access to it. And they can post it on their Instagram. So we're at an age now where there's more false idolization than there has maybe ever been, ever, right? Like I'll take something for example because two examples of this that I think are very prominent right now in terms of current events. You got the Cardi B Offset and you got the Christy and Desmond Scott. Okay. What's their claim to fame? We look nice. My wife is fucking annoying and she posts, I guess, I don't know what you would call it, not catty, but quirky, funny-ish type of content. And I'm just a chef that laughs at my wife's outlandish behavior. And they're famous for it, like famous to the point where it's like they have generational wealth because of it. And I'm not hating, but when a woman announces, I'm divorcing my husband, why do we champion that? Like, why do we champion a broken household, right? Why do we champion a broken covenant? Because when you get married, at least like in Western culture, or let's say in Christian culture, when you get married, it's not just a covenant or an agreement between the two of you. You're making a covenant before God, right? So essentially that would mean that when you divorce, not only again are you breaking up your family, right? But you're breaking essentially an agreement that you made with God. And the reaction from it, and of course there's male reaction, there's female reaction of, that's right, girl. You leave him, sis. He wasn't good enough to you. You'll be engaged again by the end of the spring. It ain't nothing. It's like, you don't feel like a dork. Like you don't feel lame as hell. Like you don't feel lame being miserable and lonely your damn self that you happy that now another woman is in emotional distress. Now her home is broken. You don't feel lame. You feel me? Or like Cardi B Offset. I don't know these people. I don't care how good Offset's music is. Cardi B music sucks. So it's not like y'all fans of her music. And if you say you are, you lying. Because it sucks. It's not good at all. Right? But like, we don't know these people. So what's the point of giving half of a damn that they're also creating a broken home with several children? Just for Cardi B to be pregnant and then go get with another man, right? Listen. I know too much information about their life that I even care to know. right? And we all got different things that interest us and entertain us, but like, bro, like it sounds goofy, not even goofy. You know, people once upon a time would say it sounds corny because usually the old heads say it, right? But it's like, bro, it's them damn phones. Put the damn phone down. I saw a study that said we average 7 hours of screen time per day, and it's increasing as time goes on. 7 hours, right? So let's put it in. Let's quantify this, right? Um, you work for 8 to 9 hours, but you know, obviously, we all know you got to wake up in the morning, commute home. So let's say it takes you about 10 to 11 hours in your day out of just work. Then you're spending another 7 hours of your day just on your phone consuming BS every single day. You are what you consume. This is your life now. So now your life is nothing but overconsumption. And it's cool if we're consuming like healthy things, if we're building great habits. Like you're consuming brokenness. You're consuming lame ass behavior. So as a byproduct of that, you're a broken, lame ass individual, hypothetically. Okay. Please, disclaimer. Again, I don't mean to offend. I'm just speaking my thoughts on what I'm observing in the world around me. Okay. So I think personally, um, the theme that I'm noticing most of all is escapism. We're living vicariously through politicians, celebrities, artists. We're living vicariously through Instagram or YouTube or TikTok influencers, right? They're doing the things that, oh my God, I wish I could travel here. I wish I could wear that. I wish. You're going to keep wishing on a star. Either you're going to put the work in to make whatever it is happen, or it ain't never going to happen. And you're going to keep wishing on a star until the day you die. And I don't know about you. I don't subscribe to that. All right. So again, as a people, let's get it together. Let's dim down the idolization. Like we got it all the way up here. Let's dim the idolization down. Okay. Right. Let's stop caring so much what the next man or woman is doing. Right. It doesn't really affect your life. And let's just focus on ourselves. Let's build community together. Okay. So I'll leave that where it's at. I think that was just about good enough. A personal interest. On January 31st, Shakur Stevenson defeated Teofimo Lopez and won the WBO super lightweight division plus Ring Magazine belt. So for y'all that don't follow boxing, the super lightweight division, also known as the junior welterweight division, is the 140-pound male division. The WBO is one of the major sanctioning bodies. And then, of course, so is Ring Magazine. So Shakur beat the brakes off of Teo, 11 rounds to 1, to win both of those belts at 140. Now, the reason that I bring this up is because, again, it's just an interest of mine. And I just really want to talk about it for real. But I got a couple points I got to touch base on. Okay. Y'all remember earlier when I said I'm going to be getting more into the Twitter or X space with boxing content, right? There is a reason. The thing that makes the greatest companies great, the greatest inventors great, the greatest artists great is because they notice something that's missing. They notice that there's a space in there, there's a void space, and there's something that they feel they could fill with substance, right? In boxing media, shout out to my boy Najee, shout out to Cigar Talk. I'm sorry, not Cigar Talk. That's Shannon Sharp. Shout out. No, it is Najee. Forgive me, Najee. That is you, brother. Shout out to what you're doing in the boxing space. You are an objective journalist, and it's crazy that I have to put objective. In Jax, come here. Jesus Christ. No, you're good. You're good. Thing that makes artists, entrepreneurs, business owners, the thing that makes people so great is that they find the void in whatever niche it may be and they fill it with value. Okay. So in the boxing community, it's honestly like of all the major sports, it is maybe the least refined media space. When you think about professional football, basketball, soccer, any other sport, the media space is very refined, it's very professional, it's very neat. With boxing, you do have your one or two main bodies that produce this, right? Like Think of DAZN, for instance. DAZN, they're very professional with it. Top Rank seems to not have a TV deal yet since the ESPN deal ended. Although in the last card with Tio and Shakur, I know that Bob Arum and Top Rank were amongst the sponsors because some of his fighters were fighting. So I understand that. But in terms of outside media, right, covering the sport itself, even from a consumer standpoint like myself, who just loves the art form, that space is heavily lacking with non-weirdos, right? Like objectively, just when I say journalism, to me, it's a given that it should be objective. Like I don't even know why we're in a time right now where journalism is honestly subjective, because then it's not journalism. Like it's not what journalism is, right? So in the boxing space, it's like cults, bro. Straight up. If that's your favorite boxer, you in his cult. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm never one to say things like this, but it's a little fruity, dog. Like y'all boys a little suspect for real. Like when you have a favorite, it's like a college football to equate it to y'all so y'all will understand what I'm saying. When you got a college football team, you ride or die. It's really war about that. Like this is my team. I'm a Florida Gator. You're a Florida State Seminole. I don't rock with you. That's just the way it is, right? So I can respect that in boxing it's very similar because they're literally fighting. Like that's if you're watching guys fight, right? But even in the college football space or other sports, like people can objectively say, like, damn, my team sucks right now. Right? Like I'm an Orlando Magic fan. We suck. It don't make sense that we suck. I don't know how we suck, but we suck. But I can say that objectively. In the boxing world, it's not like that. It is not like that at all. Your favorite fighter, they have a bad fight. They don't, or not even a bad fight. Just no one's perfect, right? So they don't look the best in a fight. If someone were to say that to that boxer's favorite fan on Twitter, you could best believe that whoever that fan is, they're not taking that. Like they're going to respond to you almost in a way of admiration where it's like they have feelings for the boxer. And that's what I mean by it's just weird as hell. You feel me? These are grown men that get overly emotional about the fact that you don't think that their favorite boxers really are that fire. And I think like it's just weird. I don't know how else to say it, but like it's literally just weird. But to pivot from that and get back to the point of boxing landscape right now. I'm a boxing enthusiast. I follow boxing very, very closely on a daily basis. So I know the landscape of it. Shakur Stevenson just now, he just defeated Tio. Next up for him, I mean, wow. He has a skill set that Floyd Mayweather himself was on video saying back when they were in the amateurs, when all these guys, because you got to think all these guys grew up together, right? Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Richard Hitchens, so on and so forth. All the major names that you know of right now within those weight divisions, they grew up boxing against each other in the amateurs. Floyd Mayweather is on record saying Shakur Stevenson is the only person that he knows of or has seen that has the potential to do exactly what he did. So you know Floyd, one of the most arrogant, conceited persons on this planet Earth himself, for him to say something like that about you, obviously you are a rare and special talent. So for Shakur, what's next up? He has his belt at 140. The WBC just stripped him from the 135 WBC belt, even though he fought his mandatory in Williams Zepeda earlier in 2025 and defeated him easily. I would say, I think it's either Fabricio or Mauricio Suleiman, whatever his name is, the president of the WBC. He's tweaking because Zuffa is coming into boxing, which is Dana White and MVP Promotions and then other whatever. And they're basically saying the WBO, the WBC, the WBA, the IBF, the Ring Magazine, these are the historical sanctioning bodies of boxing. He's saying they're obsolete. He believes that the UFC model that he's built up is now ready for the boxing game. And so it's called Zuffa boxing. And he's attempting to pretty much siphon off the professional boxers into his league. So when you see things like the WBC stripping Shakur Stevenson of his 135-pound belt just days after he just fought at 140, it's ludicrous because it's not just about the relationship that you have with the boxers, but it's also about the integrity of the sport, man. I don't want Dana White in boxing. I'll be straight up. I love the UFC. We all love the UFC, right? But what has happened, and in my opinion, he jumping ship. Not jumping ship, but bro, the UFC ain't what it used to be, man. Like, if you're not a hardcore UFC fan, like been a fan for X amount of years, you don't give a damn about the UFC. But boxing is boxing. You feel me? Like, this is one of the oldest sports known to mankind. You put my gangster against your gangster, we're going to stand toe to toe in this ring, and we're going to see who comes out at the end of it. Right? So I think that boxing as a profession, it's in it's in a lucrative place because they're making a lot of money. A lot of boxers are, but I think that some of the sanctioning bodies, they need to get together in a private room. They need to sit down and they need to say, listen, Dana White is coming, and I'm pretty sure he still has His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh behind him as well. I think Turkey is playing both sides. He's playing both boxing side and the Dana White side. He has unlimited money, so it don't really matter to him. Like, at the end of the day, we all ants to him. And just call it what it is. In some cases, some people's monkeys, damn, straight up, right? He's looking at the chimps play around in the cage, straight up. So I think with that in mind, boxing's in a great place, but I do believe that from a media standpoint, folks like myself, like I mentioned, I'm definitely going to get a lot more consistent with my boxing takes and posting that because I understand the game very well. Something I noticed is that a lot of people are entertainment junkies. They're not art form enthusiasts, which means that they just want to see another brother get bloodied up. I ain't about that. Honestly, if y'all can have a methodical, thought out fight, both go home healthy to your families with a new bag, you win it. Okay. I do want to give a couple opinions on a couple of things in the boxing world really quickly here as well. Number one, Tank Davis, Gervonta Davis. Brother, I don't gotta say this, and you don't even care what I say. Like, it's funny, he's on record shitting on his fans. Like, some of these people that ride or die for him, he comes on social media and talks about how lame they are and how much of a losers they are and how they don't really matter to him. And in hindsight, he's right. Like, some of y'all boys are dweebs. Like, you're overly fanned out, bro. Get yourself together. But it's one of those cases of like, man, you are an exceptional talent, my brother. And you have achieved success at the highest, I think, what you're 30, 32 and 0, something like that. You knocked out damn near everybody that you fought. You made tens of millions of dollars. Yet here we are with another domestic violence case. Here we are. You now, because of that case in South Florida, now you've violated your probation in Baltimore. And so you're in even more trouble. And no one's asking you to be a role model for the kids because it is a choice. You can or you cannot be. But also at the same time, like, what would an 8-year-old Tank, who the first time they walked into Calvin Ford's gym and they saw the boxers in there and they noticed and they realized that this is a way out of the streets for me. When they look at you, I'm not saying that they should or shouldn't. I'm not saying whether they're right or they're wrong, but people believe in you, bro. People believe in you for themselves. They look up to you in a sense of, I can be that. I can be like this. And again, you may not have asked for the responsibility, but God gave it to you. The creators gave it to you. Whoever you believe in, the powers that be, they gifted you. You have something that can't be taught, brother. You got the death touch. You touch a brother's jaw, it's broke. You got that. And you used it well. But I would just say, like, outside of the sport, you know, it just sucks a little bit, man. You a black dude, I'm a black man. I want to see black men eat. You eating, but I'm not saying you throwing it away because I don't know what your pockets in your life look like. But it's just like, bro, like, we can't be just another black man. You feel me? When you're a special being that you are, when you're chosen the way that you are, where you have the aura, the way that you have it, brother, like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, bless the people with influence. So that's what I would say on that. Tiger Johnson. Tiger, if you can hear me, again, I'm just talking. I'm just a guy that's talking. Okay. But you a sucker, boy. You a sucker because, bro, it don't make you cool to be a crash out. Like so many of these young kids believe. It doesn't make you cool because you willing to run into a crowd of 10 men and try to fight everybody in sight. You really a dork. You a dweeb. Like, bro, I don't give you no brownie points for that, bro. You're not him. Oh, I'm here. I stand 10 toes. You don't stand 10 toes. You lay flat on your back and got stomped out by a team of boys, gang. You feel me? Like, that's not really gangster. Like, I see a lot of people their opinion of there's no place for this in boxing. And oh my God, we need to be more professional than this. Bro, these are fighters. They fight for a living. They fought their entire lives. Do you think they want to sit down and peacefully talk something out? Like, come on, bro. You talking about my mama? You talking about me? You talking about my woman? Talking about my fit? I don't care what you're talking about. We got a disagreement. Knuckle up. That's just what it is, bro. So in this instance, I guess Devin Haney's younger brother, who's around 17 years old, I believe he is. I guess he and Tiger Johnson were chatting back and forth on the last media day before the big fight with Tio and Shakur at the Madison Square Garden. Um, as we all saw the video circulating, Devin Haney's little brother said something. Another person of Devin Haney's camp said to Tiger Johnson, "Yo, that's a kid. That's a kid. Tiger, you a grown man." And Tiger proceeded to still push the issue, step forward, and got touched up pretty nicely, man. So what I would say is live by the sword, die by the sword, brother. Hey, you talk that talk, you get your ass whooped. And now you bust it up. I don't know when your next fight is. I don't even think people care when your next fight is. I'm gonna just be transparent. Like, I'll do my homework on you. I don't know what greater fighter you are. I'll be honest. So I'll do my homework, but can't be nothing of note, really, really. But moving on. So this this is something where, again, another avenue of personal interest. Um, Everyone knows who Elon Musk is. But do you know who Elon Musk is? Do you know what agenda Elon Musk is pushing on mankind currently? Elon Musk is literally making chips that you'll be able to stick into your brain. So if you're not able to see, hear, or do what the typical body could do, these chips will allow your body to do this. If you're blind, you can see. If you're deaf, you can hear. Paraplegic, now you can walk. Right? That's the theory of it all. It's called Neuralink. From what I've seen in research, Neuralink currently has 20 human participants that have been taking place, and they've come out and said that they'd like to have at least 1 million people with the Neuralink in their brain by 2030. So in the next 4 years, they want to go from 20 test subjects to 1 million. So let's think about this for a second. Okay. If you lose an arm, you're an amputee, you get a prosthetic. You can't hear, you get hearing aids. You can't see that well, you get glasses or a cane, right? What he's attempting to do medically is phenomenal. We put this chip in your brain. I'm going to gift you the abilities that your body did not. Fair. Okay, fair. We're in the age of technology, fair. Elon is the biggest pusher of transhumanism that we may have ever seen in our existence of mankind, in recorded history. Okay? So with this Neuralink, although it is a medical feat that he's attempting to pull off, and it seems like he is pulling it off, he said that these surgeries are going to take place without humans. His goal is to replace human surgeons. So all of y'all who went to school for 10, 15 years, you're in hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. He wants to replace you with his robots. It is said that the Neuralink surgery, that procedure, will take place with no humans. A robot's going to peel back your ear, make a little space in your brain, and stick a chip into it. How you feel about that? Right? Oh, well, he's looking to improve the quality of people's life. I can't down talk it. I can't hate on it. Okay, let's zoom out. Let's take a bird's eye view of everything that Elon Musk is doing. Okay. So we got Neuralink, a chip in your brain. Cool. We got Teslas. It's a car that drives itself. It's a robot. Cool. Next up, in the next 2 years, I believe he's already said that he's going to be unveiling the at-home Tesla robots that are going to be able to do everything for you. Okay. Cool-ish, I guess, right? We're getting a little Black Mirror here. What else is Elon doing? Elon is trying everything that he can to make life on Mars possible. Everything in space possible. Okay. What else is Elon Musk doing? Well, Elon Musk also has 1 billion satellites that cover the entire Earth like a blanket. And under the guise of let's provide internet around the world to places who don't have access to it, right? You can use Starlink, which is what it's called in remote areas in Africa, Morocco, the Amazon, wherever you are in the world, Antarctica. And if you want internet, Elon is providing internet for you. Okay. So wait, let's break this down real quick. The guy who owns all the satellites in the sky wants to also put a chip inside of your brain, and he's the largest pusher of robots replacing humans. Let's just sit with that for a moment. Sit with me for a moment. Okay. Transhumanism. I'm not going to go all biblical on people and say, oh, this is the mark of the beast. I don't know what the hell the mark of the beast is. You don't either, bro. You don't either, right? But I don't know about y'all. I like being human and I like doing things with other humans. And I would prefer a world where things were done by humans. That's just my personal opinion. You ask yourself how you feel about this, right? But just as what we mentioned earlier with Epstein Files, with politicians, with celebrities, right? All the same things that you cry and moan and complain about that's wrong with the world, you're also allowing to happen. Like you're cool with it. How many of you bums got a Tesla? I'll never drive a Tesla. Why you got a Tesla? Why are you that lazy? You can't, bro. We got cruise control at least. You telling me you can't just put the cruise control on for a little second and then recover? Like, do you need a self-driving car? And again, some people will say, "Oh man, this is just the progression of life. We're in a digital age and you can't go backwards." I respect that, bro. I do. But also, I don't need, we as humans were born and equipped with everything that we need, every resource that we need to create what we need. So why would I want a robot to do surgery on me? Let's just be straight up. Every person's different. Everybody's different. No two bodies are the same. So that right there, you already got me messed up because all you can do is program a robot. A robot can only work as in depth as it is programmed. But then when I couple that with things like, I'm gonna put the chip in my brain. Oh, no, 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 no worries, no worries. His satellites up in the sky, they will never, ever, ever affect that chip in your brain. Yeah, all right. Give it 20 years. Give it 20 years. That same chip that's in your brain right now that's supposed to only help you with your medical issues is going to be the same chip that your phone calls come in on. They're going to be the same chips that produce holograms that come out of your eyeballs. You think I'm crazy? I'm just ahead of the curve, to be honest. I can see it. It's obvious, right? The iPhone, when the iPhone first came out, it was this ugly, shitty little thing, but it was fire because it was touchscreen. And it was the first of its kind. And now we're on the iPhone 17, and you have an Apple Watch, and you have Meta glasses, and you have so on and so forth. So just as everyone says, time moves forward. It's not going back. So once he unveils these chips and y'all line up at the store to get them put into your brain, just understand at some point you're going to need a software download. Matter of fact, did y'all watch the last season of Black Mirror? So I don't remember the episode, but there was an episode where Tracy Ellis Ross, she worked for the company where, so the man's wife died and they were able to get her consciousness back, right? And she's alive again, essentially. But it came with software blockages and software downloads. Yo, they trying to get freaky. She stops and starts spitting out ads. She can't even control it. She's spitting. You imagine you take your lady out trying to enjoy a nice night, got a little wine in the system, maybe a little smoke, a little shroomy, whatever, what you like to indulge in. You get her back to the crib. She got a little lingerie on for you. You got the rose petals. You got the candle. I'm setting the scene, right? You feel it? Okay. Y'all get ready to get right into it. She finally say, okay, take your pants off. Fellas, you know that's, you waiting for that. That's the green light, right? She said, take your pants off. Then she says, you can save on your home loan for just like, what? What's going on, right? So just like in that episode of Black Mirror, what they do, they went to Tracy Ellis Ross and they said, yo, what's good? Tracy said, oh, you guys have the base package. If you don't want the ads, it's gonna be an additional $100 a month. Yeah, that's it. So what do? You pay the $100 a month. What happened in the episode? They want to go on a vacation. They get to driving outside of the city limits, and she starts tweaking, spazzing out. She don't work no more. They go back to Tracy. They say, Tracy, we just wanted to go down to the beach. We live in Orlando. We just want to drive 2 hours to Clearwater. Just a beach day. Oh, your software only allows you to, it only works between this radius. You got to upgrade your package. You get where I'm going with this? So yeah, okay, go ahead. Let Elon put a chip in your freaking brain and let him tell you it's just to help you see better and hear better. And then in 15 years, when you're not even allowed to wake up in the morning unless you paid your bill, then you're going to come back and you're going to say, man, the statement was right. I thought it was a little crazy. The statement was right. Right. So like, I guess the reason this was on my mind so heavy is just because it's crazy. Not crazy. What's the better word? I think y'all crazy. I think it's actually sane. I think sane and insane have been, what's the word? Not reversed. They've just been flipped, right? When you're insane, people think you're crazy. You're you loco. You should be in a loony bin. When you're sane, that means, oh, you're of calm and sound mind, right? But I would argue that when you're insane, when people label you insane, it's actually just because you don't necessarily believe in or agree with everything that everyone else does, right? Which I think it's crazy. So I'm just saying I observe the curve and I see exactly what's happening right now. And it's very clear in every way that Elon Musk is looking to replace humans with robots as much as humanly possible under the guise that it's going to allow us more freedom of life. But how would it if it's going to take your job and you're not able to make money to support yourself? How is it when robots are replacing doctors and surgeons? The greatest minds in our community, they're being replaced by robots, right? It's transhumanism. So my question to you guys is, how do you feel about the thought of being replaced by a robot? How do you feel about the thought of putting a chip in your brain? How do you feel about the thought of becoming a lazy sack of shit if you're not already? Okay. I think I only have like one more thing for you guys. And then just some current events, and then I will let you go from today's Yap session. Honestly, this flowed very well. To be honest with you, as I kind of thought it would, because I had like the craziest anxiety over typing this crap up. Like I was smacked out of my mind. And even though I had like 3 weeks to do this, if you know me, I perform best under pressure. So could you imagine that I typed up 6 pages 2 weeks ago? They got deleted. I didn't type shit up again until yesterday. I'm gonna be transparent with you, right? I got about 13 pages here. I work best under pressure. But to close it off, let's just get into upcoming events. So if you are tuning in from the Central Florida or Orlando area, I got just a few not current events, but upcoming events that are coming up that I have interest in. You might actually see me there in these locations as well. Come up, say what's up. I love the chat. I'm a personable guy. I'm very sociable as well. But then once my meter runs out, I don't really like to talk to people. So just figure out where I'm at when you see me. First up, let's shout out both the homies. We're going to start with Yayo. If y'all tuned in to Cozy Couch Conversations, you know that Yayo was one of the guests I had on towards the end of the season. He's doing exactly what he said he was going to do. He's already dropped tape 1 of the 3 that he says he's going to drop this year. It's entitled Archive on all streaming platforms. Again, that is Yayo, YAYO exclamation mark. And this project is called Archive. So definitely go tune in. It's on all streaming platforms. Me personally, I have a few favorites already from the tape. I love OMG, Oh My God. I like Flex Up featuring Groovy. That's Groovy with an I. And the outro to the tape, Max Payne. Those are 3 of my favorites right now. Of course, Peyton and Eli with he and Zayden, but that's a given. Like, come on, duh. So definitely go give Yayo a listen on all major streaming platforms. That is also Yayo on social media as well. Big him up. He dropped on January 26th, which was his birthday. So if you miss his birthday, tell Yayo happy birthday. Okay. Next up, Zayden, where you at, man? So, of course, Zayden, I'm always going to mention Zayden because Zayden, bro, that's just what it is. But he's cooking up a lot right now, okay? He's already released 1 single so far this year entitled London Tipton on all streaming platforms.
It still comes out 2/9 on his birthday.
Whoa. Okay, so I just
dropped the cover while you were doing this.
Okay, I just got some hot alert on Zayden. Zayden's birthday, February 9th, which is coming up very shortly. Silk and Steel. He's already dropped 1 single, London Tipton. You can listen to any of this on all major streaming platforms. That is Zayden, Z-A exclamation mark Zayden on all streaming platforms. I believe Zayden mentioned to me as well, he has two tapes of his own, as well as a collab tape. That collab tape is between he and Yayo, also coming out this year. So everyone definitely be on the look for that. If you're here in Orlando, this is a little bit biased, but it's also objective because I'm naturally an objective person. Yayo and Zayden, don't take offense to this, guys. Please, other artists, listen. I want to build with y'all. I want to make community with y'all. I want to collab with y'all. Ain't nobody seeing Zayden and Yayo right now. Nobody. From a work ethic standpoint, first of all, nobody's outworking them. Secondly, from a creation standpoint, they have Iron Angels in 2A, 2 Archive. Those two respective bodies, they have their own motion, they have their own teams, and they're coming hard. Pause. Woo. They are coming with a force. Okay. So if you're not hip to Zayden and Yayo, you behind the curve, but it's plenty of time to catch up. Okay. I also want to give a very, very special shout out to a friend of mine, John Donna. His name is Elijah. If you know him from back in the day, his artist name is John Donna. The reason I want to highlight him is because Elijah, I'll call him John Donna. John Donna, he was incarcerated for several years, and he got out of prison and hit the ground running instantly. Right. He had an idea of kind of what he wanted his life to be outside of his incarceration. And he's almost 2 years to the day out of prison. And pretty much all he's done in that time frame is build connections and push that energy that he's looking to push. So I want to give him a big shout out. He's actually going to be performing in his first festival ever this month in February. And that's John Donna on all streaming platforms and social media. That's JHONDONA, John Donna. He is going to be performing on February 21st at the I don't know how to say this, the Droville Music Festival. The Droville Music Festival in Eatonville, Florida. Eatonville is actually one of the oldest established Black communities in America. So John Donna is going to be performing at this festival, as well as Creative Angel and a lot of other local artists that I've had the pleasure of meeting over the years, and a lot of folks I don't know. It is a 2-day festival. I believe tickets are very, very affordable, but they are selling out fast. So if you are interested in that, that is Droville Music Festival, DROVILLE Music Festival. Tap into that, support the community. I'll probably be there as well, just showing love. And Global Mick. Okay. More hot news for you guys. So Kai and Christy, Flowers Last a Lifetime, production company, they are also going to be at the Droville Festival, and they're going to be supporting Global Mick, the artist Global Mick. They're going to be there in support. So listen, guys, I know a lot of people have reached out to me personally, as well as them. Whether you want to work with them, you want to work with me. Some people, again, I said this in Cozy Couch Conversations, some people have the right approach. Some people have the wrong approach. Take that as you will. But they will be there. I'm very certain I'll be there. There's a great chance Zayden will be there. Ye will probably be there, and a lot of other people, right? So take this opportunity to connect. Let's build community. You want to work. We want to work as well. So let's make that happen. Okay. That is the Droville Music Festival. February 21st is when we'll likely be there. It's also going on the 22nd. Big news for the city of Orlando as a whole. So the reconstruction of downtown's Church Street is set to begin as early as April of this year. Anyone who's been going to the downtown scene, I would say over at least the past 10 to 15 years, I think we can all agree it's been on a very steep decline, atmosphere-wise, energetically. There's way less people, way less fun establishments to go to. It's just not as vibrant as it once was. Something like revamping Church Street, I think, will go a very, very long way, especially considering the historical nature of Church Street and the buildings that are there. Some of those buildings have been there for nearly 100 years or more. So I think this is excellent for us to revamp it. This is in the midst of them doing several things to downtown Orlando. They are upgrading Lake Eola as a whole as well. They've actually already begun micro construction around Lake Eola. They have a goal of completely rebuilding the amphitheater as well. So I'm definitely excited for that. As we know, adjacent to the Kia Center, they're going to be building shops and entertainment centers and hotels. Under I-4, they're going to be building play places. That's a little gross. I'm still waiting to see how that is going to really take place, because that under I-4 area, it's a little dingy. I don't know if I'm trying to be cooling up under that, but we'll see how it happens. I do want to mention this. There is a lot of division, I'd say, between what I see on social media with social media comments about the upgrade happening to Orlando. It seems like the local government's big push for downtown Orlando is actually to kind of push out locals. It seems it's also to push out a lot of small businesses. It seems in the name of tourism. It seems that they'd like for downtown to be a lot more of a tourist attraction, the way that iDrive or Disney might be. So my question is, where does that leave the locals? We're not tourists, right? So I'm not here to go to all the millions of fancy restaurants and spend my entire paycheck on it, nor am I trying to go to every theme park that I've been to my entire life. So what space are they leaving for the true residents of the city to enjoy the city? Just my question. Um, and I believe the last upcoming event I have for you guys, going back to Adam Schuler again, he was a guest on Cozy Couch Conversations. As you all know, he is the president of the NFLPA Retired Players Division. He mentioned it to us back then, and I'm bringing it up again. He runs youth camps yearly. So this year they have the Exposure Youth Camp in conjunction with TJ McCoy. If you know TJ McCoy, he also played for the University of Florida. They're both University of Florida Gators. Go Gators. They have their event coming up here, I believe, on March 15th. So very close here. And it's for children. So if you have a young child who is an athlete, this is an opportunity for them to come and compete with their peers, to gain some knowledge and insight from former professional athletes and build up their skills as well. Just in the name of good community and competition. The registration is only $35 per athlete. It is very, very affordable. So all the folks watching, if you do have young children who are athletes, they're into sports, or if you just want them to get out there and be competitive or make some friends, this is a great opportunity for that. Reach out to Adam Schuler. Schuler Does It on Instagram. You can also reach out to TJ McCoy for more information on the event. Again, that is March 15th, only $35 per athlete. If you're a sponsor and you want to sponsor, you can actually reach out to me as well, and I can put you in contact directly with Adam. If you just want to donate, or if you know what, you want to volunteer, right? You just want to be a part of the community. Feel free to reach out. We'd be more than happy to involve you. Again, I can put you in touch with the right people. Okay. So you guys have spent almost exactly 58 minutes listening to me. Yeah. I really, really appreciate you guys for tuning in. I think between the names of Guy Thoughts and Guy Talks, I think we'll go with Guy Thoughts, right? So this is Guy Thoughts with Zaven. This is the first episode. We're going to be looking to release these bi-weekly for you guys. A lot of reels and shorts in between, just with some highlights of what we did discuss, because I know I did talk about a lot, right? I'd be really chatting. Like, I haven't stopped talking. It's crazy. Didn't even take a breath. So again, I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. There are episodes of Cozy Couch Conversation up on YouTube as well. We will now have the Guy Thoughts with Zaven. Shout out to Kai and Christy. Flowers last a lifetime. This is Wolf Eye Network. I am Zaven tuning out. I will see you guys next time.